First presentation is on water governance initiatives, including steps taken by states. And this is from National Water Academy. So I request Shri D.S. Chaskar, Chief Engineer, NWA CWC Pune, to please give your presentation. Please have a round of applause for him.
Respected dignitaries, chair, co-chair, senior officers, delegates, good afternoon. I will be presenting on water governance initiatives, including steps taken by the states. Water governance basically refers to the legal, policy, institutional, and administrative framework, and also the systems and processes which govern the water sector. Initiatives in water sector or water governance, if you have a efficient, effective, and inclusive water governance, that is essential for achieving food, water, and energy security. Initiatives in water sector needs to be governed by certain basic principles so that there is a coherence in approaches in dealing with the water issues by different level of governments, and these principles are given in national water policy. The first national water policy was adopted in 1987. It was reviewed in 2002 and 2012. In pursuance of the national water policy, 16 states have adopted their own policies. Next, please. Next. Next. Yeah. 16 states have adopted their own policies. The latest state to adopt the policy is Karnataka. It has also established a high-level authority headed by Deputy Chief Minister and a high-level committee headed by Chief Secretary for implementation of this policy. Next. In my presentation, I'm going to touch upon certain important and recent initiatives taken by both central and state governments on some of these thematic areas given in this slide. Next. Water resources data is crucial for decision making and also for policy planning. One of the key elements emphasized in national water policy is creation of comprehensive central database. The National Water Informatics Center is entrusted with the responsibility of acting as a central repository of the water and allied resources data. It is collecting the data from central organizations using its WIMS platform. It is disseminating the data through its India Waris platform. And NWIC is also now developing a decision support system called WARIMS, which is based on a unified database of water and allied resources. State governments are also developing their own state water information systems like MP, UP, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. For a unified database, it is important that the data collected by the state information systems is integrated with the central database. That is why, like NWIC, state WIC is being established in the state governments for development of online state water resources information systems and also to feed the data to the central system. Next. Up till now, 15 states have approved the establishment of SWIC. SWIC is being established with the support from National Hydrology Project to have a synergy between NWIC and the SWIC for integrating the systems and the data. 22 MOAs has been signed by NWIC with the states and UTs. The rest of the MOUs are under process. This is a big collaborative effort, and it is needed that every state and UT comes on board at the earliest. Next. Water charges is one of the most important, powerful, and multi-purpose tool for demand management. However, due to its sensitive nature, it has not yet been utilized to the extent, rather it is underutilized. Next. Many states have enacted laws for establishment of water regulatory authorities. Many are in the process. But it is seen that some of these authorities are not functioning fully. Some of them are not having proper legal support. And some of them are just advisory in nature. Maharashtra Water Resources Regulatory Authority, which is first and functional authority, has demonstrated that it is possible to take this sensitive issue forward if the authority is appropriately empowered. MWRRA is not only empowered for framing and revising the water charges, but also for sectoral allocation and also for clearance of new water resources projects in conformity with the integrated state water plan. In fact, Maharashtra is the only state, rather the first state, which has framed its basin-wise water plan and integrated them into a state water plan. It also acts as a state groundwater authority. It has been designated to act as a state groundwater authority. In fact, one of the recommendation of the Bhopal conference was that state should have a single authority for groundwater and surface water, so that there is a holistic approach towards the water regulation. Next. In this session, we have two very interesting presentation on the subject. One from Punjab, where PWRDA has recently notified the groundwater regulation rules, and one from Jharkhand, which is going to give a presentation on water policy reforms, water pricing reforms. Next. Periodical groundwater assessment is crucial for shaping the policies for sustainable groundwater use. Next. Dynamic groundwater resources of the country are now being assessed annually through a collaborative effort of state governments and CGWB. Earlier, it used to be done once in 2, 3, or 4 years. We also need to know about the aquifer dynamics. Under NAKING program, around 25 lakh square kilometer of area has been mapped. Region-wise aquifer maps and management plans are being prepared and shared with the states for sustainable groundwater management. Next. Next. Next, please. Excessive groundwater extraction is a concern in many parts of India, and this concern have led to increased regulatory efforts. In fact, in the recent times, even judiciary has also pushed for more stringent regulations. From time to time, Ministry of Jal Shakti has circulated model groundwater bill, which has been adopted by 21 states and UTs. CGWA, which is a central level authority on the subject, has also amended its guidelines in March 23. As of now, 19 states and UTs are being governed by CGWA, which also includes 5 states or 6 states which have implemented or enacted the groundwater law. This is basically because even though they have enacted the law, they have not established the groundwater authority, or they have not empowered the authority appropriately. In fact, in today's session, we are going to have one presentation from Maharashtra, where even though they have designated NWRRA as a groundwater authority, still they are getting governed by CGWA because that authority has not been empowered. Next. One of the important area where we need to focus on is enabling policies for the circular economy in the water sector. Next. NMCG has already come out with a national framework for safe reuse of treated wastewater. This framework will guide the state to formulate their policies. A draft policy template has also been developed. Niti Aayog has also come up with a strategy paper on the subject. Some of the states do have reuse policies, and some of them have a very ambitious target also. Gujarat has 100% reuse target by 2030, Haryana by 2033, and Karnataka 50% reuse target by 2030. Among the cities, Chennai is one of the remarkable example where large-scale tertiary treated wastewater is being supplied to the industries. Surat is earning an revenue of about 140 crore through supply of treated wastewater to the textile industry. Chandigarh has 100% STP capacity. Next. Enhancing water use efficiency is one of the prime strategy for water use for demand management in every water use sector, and we need to create a conducive ecosystem for the same. Next. Ministry of Jal Shakti has established Bureau of Water Use Efficiency on the lines of Bureau of Energy Efficiency for promoting efficiency norms in all sectors. A draft action plan for this bureau for the next 2 years have been prepared based on the recommendations given by task force. An MOU has also been signed by the bureau with Indian Plumbing Association for awareness creation and for promoting water efficient gadgets, structures, and processes. Next. Water auditing and benchmarking of irrigation project is a proven and globally accepted technique for improving the performance of irrigation project. We need to embed these activities in our administrative procedures. Maharashtra is the only state having a dedicated institutional setup for undertaking these activities, and numerous projects have been audited. Many states have innovative schemes for incentivizing water saving, like Pani Bachao, Pani Kamao scheme of Government of Punjab, Mera Pani, Meri Vasat scheme by Virasat scheme by Government of Haryana, which is basically a scheme for crop diversification. UP has also come up with a scheme called UP Accelerator Pragati, Program for Agriculture Transformation and Increased Incomes. Next, water storage creation at all sizes, small, medium, large, continues to be vital for supply augmentation and source sustainability. It is also required for mitigating the impact of climate change. India's first water body census, having a comprehensive database of 2.4 million water bodies, was published by Ministry of Jal Shakti recently. More than 70,000 Amrit Sarovars were rejuvenated based on the whole of government approach. Ministry of Jal Shakti has taken many steps for the implementation of the recommendations of the provisions of the Dam Safety Act, which provides for the safety of water storage infrastructure. Next, Jan Bhagidari is the key to the success of every initiative in water sector, and it is also important prerequisite for implementing water budget at local level. Activities under Atal Bhujal Yojana include preparation of water budget and water security plan at Gram Panchayat level by involving communities. Work on more than 10 lakh water conservation structures were undertaken with community participation under Cash the Rain 2023 campaign. At the state level, we have a remarkable example of Kerala, who is trying to institutionalize water budgeting at local level through its Nama Keralam Karma Padati scheme. Next. As emphasized by Secretary Ma'am in the inaugural session, capacity building needs to be upscaled in water sector. Ministry is focusing on capacity building as a part of its centrally sponsored schemes, and also through the 3 training institutions located at Pune, Raipur, and Tejpur. Recently, for the first time, a training needs assessment workshop was conducted in June 2023. And based on the input received, training programs are being developed and conducted by the institutes. With the initiative from National Water Mission, Jal Shakti Kendras as knowledge information centers have been established in 661 district headquarters under Jal Shakti Abhiyan Cash the Rain 2023. Next. India also has a responsibility towards United Nations 2030 agenda for sustainable development. Water and sanitation is at the core of this agenda and also has a linkages with many other goals. Our water governance initiatives need to be aligned with these SDG goals. Next, I conclude by saying that through appropriate initiatives at all government levels, we need to create a conducive ecosystem for efficient, effective, and inclusive governance of the water sector in line with national water policy provisions and sustainable development goals. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.